Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether again. I know what it's like, right? This video is gonna be towards being a sidekick, right? I know how it feels. I used to be in that position once I realized that is not very beneficial. I mean, you could learn a few stuff, but sometimes you have to shut yourself out of being the sidekick. When you're friends, when you're group, sometimes you have to branch out for yourself in order for you to branch out to understand what is possible for you to go achieve things on your own. You can't be a sidekick forever, right? You can't be a sidekick. What does that mean to you when you're a sidekick? That means you're not a leader. That means you need somebody to lead you to find the directions, right? That means you are not becoming a leader. In order to become a leader, you have to lead yourself. You can't let other people lead you, right? You can have a mentor, right? But the mentor has somebody teaching them, and the mentor eventually let his apprentice branch out on himself, right? A mentor is not gonna be there forever. I see this a lot with some guys. They like to be their friend's sidekick, and their friend's not mentor at all, right? There's a difference between an apprentice and a sidekick. Apprentice, you're picking up skills so you can better yourself off, so you can become a leader for yourself. Being a sidekick to your friends, you're not picking nothing at all. You're just being a follower to your friends, being a stooge, right? Being one of their goons, right? It's like gang members. They're just nothing but the gang leader sidekicks. They do the dirty work. Do you want to be that? Do you want to branch out to do bigger and better things than just be a sidekick? Look at Batman and Robin, right? Robin eventually had to figure out that he had to branch out to be a man of his own. He branched out to be what? Dick Grayson become to be what? Nightwing, right? At some point, you had to shed out of that mentality of being a sidekick. You can't be a sidekick forever. You can't be a third wheel forever. You can't be a fifth wheel forever, right? You can't be none of that stuff. Sometimes you gotta go in at your own. You gotta branch out your wings and go solo, right? You can never discover what's the possibility of what might happen if you're not gonna try. Put your best foot forward and go out and pursue, right? That's what it means to be a bigger man. To be a man, right? A man don't need a leader. I mean, a leader in his life. He his own leader. Be your own leader. Stop being a sidekick. Right? I've seen a lot of guys like that. They're a bunch of yes men. Yes men are sidekicks. Right? They don't play any significant roles. That's why when you see a movie and when they have a sidekick, does the sidekick play a significant role? Right? They're just a role player, right? They're a supporting actor. They're not the main cast. They're not the main star, right? You want to be your own star, right? In order for you to succeed in life, because your leader cannot push you into that direction. There is very limited when you're just a follower, right? That's why I don't like to let people follow me, right? When I have friends, when I have people that look up to me, I try to make them a better person, and I try to promote them to be a leader for themselves. Don't follow me forever, right? Don't follow me forever, because I like the idea when you make leaders, right? That means people won't have to depend on you. A sidekick is a person that depend on the leader, right? That's a lot of back on the leader's load, right? I don't want people on my back depending on me all the time, right? Depend on me doing things for them here and there. At some point, you get tired of that. You can't lift everybody up all the time, right? This is why a world full of sidekick is not a good thing. It's not an ideal thing. That means they'll always be dependent on other people, right? They're always dependent on other people. I don't like to promote that. I like people to be their own leaders. This is why I'm making this video, right? If you watch my video, go out there and do it for yourself. Don't depend on people to do it for you. Right? Don't depend on people to lead you. Lead your life. Figure out a way. That's what men do. Men are problem solver. They're the problem solver of their own lives. Right? You should never depend on anybody. Right? So being a sidekick is not conducive of you being a better man out there. You have to figure it out for yourself. See, I had friends growing up. I used to be, close with my friends here and there, right? At some point, I figured out that, you know what? Sometimes when you hang out with your friends all the time, it's not bettering yourself in the future. You're being held back from your full potential. You just do stupid stuff with your friends all the time, right? And then later on, when you hang out with your friends so much, people are going to assume that you guys are sidekicks, right? I don't like that. Nobody should be anybody's psychic. Psychic should be a derogatory term, in my opinion. You're like, don't be a psychic, man. Be a superhero. Be a leader. Be the main character of your own life, right? But you never resort yourself down to be a psychic. Psychic is just a vice president or something like that. I mean, when you look at it, when somebody calls you a psychic, that's already negative as it is. You know, that's saying you can't flourish by yourself. You can't stand solo. You have to go solo at some point in your life. Right? You can't be with the same people all the time. At some point, it's going to lead to and all that stuff. Right? So you have to branch out. You can't be stationary. Right? That's what I'm trying to promote. The less people, the more leaders we have here, the more people we have to depend on. Right? The more we depend on ourselves. The more we become our own leader, the more we become survivalists. All right? We could lead ourselves. We could be dependent. That's what it is in the world, to be independent. Free from everybody else. That's freedom, basically. Right? When you're a psychic, you're not free. You still depend on the people. The best thing to do in this world right now is to be free as possible. To do anything you want. That's what's good for this. That's what's great about this country. You get to be whatever you want. Freedom to do anything you want. Alright? Now when you're a psychic, you ain't free because you still depend on another person to help you out. To lift you up out of that box. Right? To guide you. Right? Lead your own life. Guide yourself. Make your own path. Steer yourself into the right directions. Right? So, if you follow me, fine. You should subscribe. There's a difference between subscribe and follow, right? When people follow me, I like to help them out. Tell them, shouldn't listen to me, shouldn't worship me. All right, you can agree with me on some things, but you shouldn't just worship me, bow down, and all that stuff. I don't like that kind of mentality. I don't like that idea of worshiping. I don't like the idea of fandemonium, right? Become a fan of people. You should never be a fan of nobody. Not even celebrities, not politicians, never. You should only look up to yourself, right? Yourself, God, your father, those are the people. No celebrities, right? Your best friend, let them be on their own way. Let them lead themselves. Right? You can't trust nobody in this world but yourself. Right? How you know the person that leads you, right, are not setting yourself up, are not setting you up for failure. Right? This is why it's better to branch for yourself. I'd rather fail on my own than let somebody fail for me. Right? Than let somebody make the path for me than I fail because I'm following their path. I'd rather fail on my own path. Right? That's the worst thing to do, to fail on somebody else's guides. Make your own guides. Make your own rules. But, we need to stop this mentality of being a psychic. Alright? Psychic does not help you. Alright? Women don't like sidekicks, alright? They want a leader. Alright? You could be co-pilot, right? That's fine, co-pilot. Wingman, but not a sidekick. The sidekicks seem like very diminishing. Alright? You're a psychic. Oh, you're a psychic. Right? You're like Barney Rubble to Fred Flintstone. That's what I see when I see sidekicks. Alright? The goofable, lovable, frail character. That's what it is. A frail character. When you say a sidekick, at some point you gotta discover this on your own. Right? And when you're a young man, right? Sometimes you have to branch out from your friends. Right? Don't just, tell your friend, oh, I don't want to be a sidekick no more. Sometimes you just go out slowly, right? Do things on your own. Go to a movie by yourself, right? Go to a movie by yourself. Go walk on the beach by yourself. Do something by yourself for one part. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes you need your own serenity, your own solitude to think, to contemplate. What should you do? What should you pursue? Instead of following other people's path, right? You need that solidarity to make common sense decisions. Right? Not listen to other people's voice. Listen to yourself. Make rational decision. Take your time. Right? But on that note, guys, if you have something to say, then leave a comment below. But at the end of the video, I just want to say, don't be a sidekick. Be your own leader. Right? Don't look up to anybody. Look up to yourself. But on that note, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, peace and blessings.